Have you ever felt like a part of your heart is stuck somewhere in the past, tied to someone who's no longer a part of your life? Maybe you've tried to move on, but every step forward is like dragging a weight behind you. You're not alone in this feeling. Every day, people around the world struggle with the invisible ties that bind them to people they should have let go of long ago. In this video, we're going to talk about emotional detachment, not as a quick fix, but as a journey to reclaim your heart and rebuild your strength. By the end, you'll not only know the 5 rules to detach, but also feel empowered to finally take those steps forward. Now let's go through these together, slowly, deeply. It's time to start healing. Rule 1. Understand why you need to let go. Number 1. Introduction to the concept of why. Before you can truly let go, you need a strong, clear reason, a why. Often we stay attached because of fear of loneliness, fear of losing the good times, and sometimes fear of who we'll be without that person. This section dives deeply into these fears and why understanding them is crucial for detachment. 2. Recognizing the pain of clinging. Use storytelling to illustrate what clinging does to the mind. Paint vivid pictures of what it feels like to wait for a message that never comes, or to keep replaying moments that are over. Explain how these repetitive cycles hurt your mental health and how letting go can be an act of self-rescue. 3. Self-reflective exercises. Include journaling exercises to help the viewer dig into why they're holding on and what might change if they let go. Suggest prompts like, how does my attachment limit me? And, what would I do if I had no emotional ties to this person? 4. Key takeaways with emotional appeal. Wrap up by emphasizing how letting go isn't about forgetting or giving up. It's about releasing yourself from a pattern that no longer serves your growth. Once you understand why, the next question is, how can you protect yourself from the constant reminders of this person? That's where rule number 2 comes in. Rule 2. Set boundaries. Explain why they're necessary for maintaining mental health, especially when healing from a deep attachment. Describe boundaries not as walls, but as safeguards for emotional healing. 2. Types of boundaries: physical, emotional, digital. Go into detail about different types of boundaries. Physical boundaries: limit face-to-face interactions. Emotional boundaries: protect yourself from feelings of guilt or shame. Digital boundaries: avoid their social media. Block if necessary. 3. Practical steps to set boundaries. Offer actionable advice for viewers struggling with setting boundaries, such as how to talk to friends who might bring up the person, techniques for limiting exposure to reminders, digital detox strategies to avoid seeing their updates. 4. Boundaries and self-respect. Explain how boundaries are a reflection of self-respect. When we set boundaries, we communicate to ourselves that our peace matters and that we are worthy of our own respect. Setting boundaries is a strong first step, but memories still have a way of creeping in. In rule number 3, we'll look at how to change your focus and shift those memories. Rule 3. Shift your focus. 1. Why the mind holds on to memories. Discuss the psychology behind why people get mentally stuck on certain relationships. Touch on how memories are tied to emotional highs and lows, and how the brain naturally clings to the familiar. The power of new experiences. Describe the power of engaging in new experiences as a way to dilute old memories. Suggest trying new hobbies, learning skills, traveling, or simply changing daily routines to help replace old emotional patterns with new ones. 3. Reframing thoughts. Offer cognitive behavioral techniques to help viewers reframe thoughts about the person. Teach them to catch themselves when they start to reminisce and redirect the thought to something constructive. 4. Exercises for shifting focus. Include daily exercises like gratitude journaling, creating vision boards, and setting short-term goals. By investing energy in these new activities, viewers can begin to reshape their minds and feel a sense of purpose without relying on the past. With new focus and activities, you may feel stronger, but memories can still be deceiving. That's why rule number 4 is crucial for staying grounded in reality. Rule 4. Avoid romanticizing the past. 1. The habit of romanticizing. Explain why people tend to remember only the positive aspects of past relationships. It's a coping mechanism that makes it hard to detach fully, even when they know the relationship wasn't good for them. 2. Exercises to keep a balanced perspective. Offer exercises like listing the pros and cons of the relationship or keeping a journal entry of why the breakup happened. Encourage viewers to read these lists whenever they find themselves thinking, "It wasn't so bad." 3. Practical visualization techniques. Guide viewers through visualization techniques where they picture themselves looking at the relationship from a distance. The goal is to create emotional space by viewing the past as a chapter they've read, not one they're still living in. Once you stop idealizing the past, you'll find it easier to forgive and release the final attachments. Rule number 5 is the last and perhaps most important step. Rule 5. Practice self-compassion and forgiveness. 1. Why forgiveness matters in letting go. Explain that forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's an act of freeing oneself from emotional bondage. When viewers forgive, they stop the past from having power over them. 2. Self-compassion exercises. Provide self-compassion techniques, such as writing letters to oneself or using affirmations. This helps viewers acknowledge their pain, accept their journey, and give themselves the kindness they need to move on. 3. Forgiveness, rituals and visualization. Introduce a ritual or visualization practice where viewers imagine releasing the person from their life. This could involve writing a letter they don't send, imagining a peaceful goodbye, or symbolically letting go in some way that resonates. This journey to emotional freedom takes patience, kindness, and immense courage. Remember, you are not your past, and every day is a step closer to a new chapter. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of emotional detachment. I hope these 5 rules provide you with the courage and tools you need to let go. Remember, this is your journey, and healing doesn't happen overnight, but every effort you make is worth it. If this video spoke to you, don't stop here. There's another video I've created just for you, 7 things you should do every night before sleep. It's filled with evening practices that can help you find peace, set intentions, and get better rest. Click here to watch it now and take the next step in your healing journey.